mistletoe, wassail, drunkenness, candles, nudity, raping, wild dancing in the night, burning of the Yule log, and evergreen trees, which is part of his feast. Grandfather Frost rewards children for making him laugh, for being energetic, or just because he just feels like it. As he sips on a jug of vodka, leaning on a crystal staff, in his fur-lined coat, laughing. He throws tantrums and smokes. He dishes out punishment as well as rewards with his young snow maiden standing beside his side. He is stated to be one of the guardians of eternal punishment of the soul from Russia, his homeland. Perrinol is from France. With his companion Mistletoe the donkey, they would walk to homes bearing gifts. They would replace carrots left for Mistletoe in shoes with candy, coins, and small gifts for each children that lined the fireplace. Just before they leave each home, he has a gift for himself, a glass of wine, a jelly roll of buttercream. Then he would whisk off to the next home. Father Christmas was not a gift bearer, nor known to be associated with children. He is not known to be a kind person. He was known to be a figure of Christmas, but not a figure today known as Santa Claus. Yule Nisi wears a red pointy hat with a long beard, bringing gifts in a bag with his helper the Yule goat. He lives in the forest and feasts on a bowl of porridge left out for him each and every house as he just walks in the front door. Sometimes he would bring along his cat, or when he gets tired he would ride his goat. But he gets his job done all in one night in Greenland. He has many other names if you dare to call him by them, but they all mean. Thomas Nast was the first to draw Santa for Harper's Weekly in 1862. He dreamed him up from Nicholas' dark helper, Swarovski the Devil, making him dressed in an untamed beard and with troll-like features, with ashes on his face and a long bag, not looking like Santa of today at all. Then there's the hearth god, or the stove god, was worshipped daily with incense burnings and papers in Asia land. This mystical god lived in their chimneys in the kitchen. He was in charge of keeping the homes warm, feeding the family, and keeping all the chimneys safe. Once a year in December, he would get all dressed up in red to make a visit to each home to bless only the homes that had been good to him and to leave a curse on the homes who had deceived him. Other traditions from the Druidic times suggest that Santa's red suit is a leftover from times when ancient peoples worshipped the god of fire. Tradition has it that this fire god came down the chimney. The god would go to heaven to the Jade Emperor, telling him of the family's activities of the year. Consider that in ancient times, homeowners would leave a treat consisting of milk and pastries made of honey to please this god to come down the chimney into their fireplace. This is where the tradition of leaving milk and cookies out for Santa began. The idea of placing stockings on the fireplace mantel also comes from this legendary pagan practice. Santa, how we all love him. We grew up knowing him, giving him supernatural powers and heavenly attributes which only God has. Consider this. It is said to be that he is all-knowing, but only God is all-knowing. He knows when every child's asleep, awake, has been good or bad, knows exactly what every child wants. He is said to be omnipresent, but only God is everywhere at all times. On one night of the year, he visits all the children in the world and leaves them gifts, and seemingly can be everywhere at the same time, but only God can do this. He is also said to be all-powerful, to give every child exactly what he wants, but only God has the power to know the desires of your heart. Furthermore, Santa Claus is made out to be a sovereign judge. He answers to no one, and no one has authority over him. He comes to town and he has this big bag full of rewards for those whose behavior has been acceptable only to his eyes. What was it that Lucifer said just before he fell? He said, "I will make myself like God. I will sit in high and be lifted up on high." He has fooled almost the entire world, has he not? Again, think about it. And even many churches has invited Santa Claus to come in. This is something to think about, folks. Santa, Santa Claus, Santa, Satan has a lot of the same attributes. Sounds like the same dude to me. God lives in this third heaven. Satan lives in the North Pole. Can't even get more north on the earth than that. God knows when you are sleeping and awake, for he watches over you and sings over you lovingly. Satan, Lucifer, seeks to kill and steal. He does not love you. He does not know when you are asleep. He only gives you nightmares and terrors with his helpers. God knew you before you were born. He called you to be his. Satan never knew you. And once he saw you, only knew your thoughts. Only his thoughts for you were death and harm. God knows you better than you know yourself. Satan, again, only knew you by your actions and your words of your mouth through his helpers. He can't read your thoughts. He doesn't know anything about you unless you open your mouth. God said, if you go to the depth of hell, he'll go there with you. Satan, oh yeah, he'll go there with you too, to keep you, to destroy you forever and ever. God writes your name in the book of life if you accept him. Satan, he writes your name on a list. I would not want to be on his list. I'm sorry, I didn't mean Satan, I meant Santa. Finally, God will give you the desires of your heart. Santa will only give you the desires of what you say out of your mouth. He will put you in a pit. As you see, Santa is not who we thought he was all these years. Ho, 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 ho. I think about this the next time you see Santa and your child asks you, "Who is Santa?" Or you tell your child, "Santa's coming to town." Do you really want Santa in your house? I know I don't. Give you something to think about. I hope you have a blessed day today after watching this. I think I might have some nightmares.